One take, one take. This is NBA One Take featuring yours truly, Pretty Boy Lake. This is NBA One Take for your head, NBA One Take for your brain. Coming to you live from Red Hook, New York. This is NBA One Take. June 16, 2023. NBA news, NBA news, NBA news. The first NBA news I got to talk about is Michael Jordan will be selling his majority shares of his team, the Charlotte Hornets, to Gabe Platson and others. Well, let me say this. Michael Jordan, obviously we know him as the greatest, many would say he's the greatest basketball player of all time in the NBA at the highest level. You know, the 6 championships, 10 scoring titles, and revolutionized the game, helped put the game globally on a map, as well as the top selling sneaker in the history of all sneakers, Jordans. It's a good deal because I think he comes out, he got the team for $300 million. For $300 million, he's coming out with $3 billion. So that's well over like 1,000% markup. But no matter, fees and other things like that. Him as an owner, he was at best, people say he's the worst owner in sports. I kind of don't say that at times, but I don't say he was ever a good owner. He wasn't average. He was somewhat mediocre, but he wasn't the worst. There's a lot of names that comes to mind. But one thing he was always trying to do was he wanted to compete. But I think what happened was he didn't let basketball people really make a lot of the basketball decisions. He didn't have the right basketball people, the basketball minds, in making certain decisions, and as well as he never really wanted to pay the luxury tax, as well as if he ever hit on something, which rarely he ever did. And the team struggled. I think under his regime, the team went to the playoffs a total of 3 times in 15 plus years. The furthest they went was taking Miami to a Game 7. Some controversy and a lot of things in that series as well. If you ever look back, I think it was 2008, 17, 18. One of those years. Because we was actually looking forward for Miami and Cleveland showdown with LeBron versus Dwayne Wade, because that was a really awesome Miami Heat team too. I'm telling you, but he's selling the team, which everybody sees. It's fine. He has to get past this. You got to get past this, and selling this. There's rumors that he's going to be the guy that when a new team is relocated in Las Vegas, that he'll be one of the front runners in bringing a new team in Vegas. And I wouldn't mind that. If Jordan is the owner in Vegas, I think it'll be a fresh start for him. Get the nastiness of that Bobcats name that he eventually changed back to the Charlotte Hornets, got the history of the Charlotte Hornets and things like that. So you still got that. But, listen, he made mistakes. I think for the most part, he attempted to try to fix certain mistakes. And he tried. But, moving off for the Charlotte Bobcats, doing other business ventures, and possibly being an owner for the Vegas team. I have no things. I know people are gonna say, "Oh, look, that's the only black owner now. There's no black owners and things like that." Yeah, we have that, but we'll get more black owners if you guys really want to hold a lot of things to black ownership and things like that. We'll eventually have it, but he made a good business decision. And we'll see what the new owners will do with the team. Actually, he's going to be making the pick for his last order of duty is actually making the Charlotte Hornets draft pick in this year's draft. So we got to really care. They have the number 2 pick, so we'll see what he do after that. My man Mike Dunleavy Jr. will be taking over as the GM for the Golden State Warriors. So he's promoted up. Mike Dunleavy, he also played for the Golden State Warriors. That's my boy right there. That is my boy. Had to tweet him, and I'm very happy for him. I knew he was, he came, he worked his way up, bust his behind, man, and really learned about the front office. And people were talking about his daddy, and his daddy was a good coach, and but he played in the league, did what he had to do, and then he really learned front office. So it's not like he used his father's name to think. He really learned everything about a front office, running an organization's ins and out, budgeting, player development. So he's being rewarded, and he knows the ins and outs of the Warriors organization, as well as he definitely knows the players and other players around the league. So I'm really happy for my man Mike Dunleavy Jr. Ja Morant, he's suspended for 25 games by the league, and we knew this was coming. And now people is all on arms about Ja Morant, what this means, and other things. Listen, Ja Morant, he made a mistake. Again, he'll pay for it. Well, he's going to pay for it. And people, the first thing when he made the separate, people was like, "Oh, he's lying," right? And I said it itself. I said, yeah, he don't give a fuck. Trust me, he don't. But he's seeing that even when you don't give a fuck and things like this happen, it's no joke. And your friends and family can say, yeah, the league is out to get you. Everybody can be out to get you, brother. Even the people in your own circle. Sometimes they want to see your downfall so you can lean more on them. You got to understand these things. This is no joke, right? Your talent is right now is keeping them in the league. Because if you was a role player and doing these things, you'll be out.
I didn't realize it was 15 minutes when I walked out until I started running.
Your talent is what's keeping you in the league right now. So don't take this, for granted. I think he'll learn from the suspension, come back. His teammates struggle to be around 500 or whatever. And he comes back, try to give him a little jolt. They may be a top 16 in the Western Conference, or possibly a play-in team, barring injury or anything like that. So with that, he's losing another time. He's losing again because he won't be an All-NBA. So that's losing close to another $80 million this season and next season. This is big money that you're throwing away And it's not like you're being injured and you're losing the money. It's your actions by doing it. And that's what he got to understand, his actions. But he'll be fine. I think he learned from this. He tried to do certain things and just try to be the best model citizen you can be, and that's about it. But this is NBA One Takes Pretty Boy Laker, and I'm out.